Hi folks, Dino Bob here, back in Dinosaur Coast Park. And today we're going to continue on in the Jurassic expansion of the park with Brontosaurus, one of the many different skins / animals that I've been putting into this park from what I usually do. Anyway, we're coming in on the Dilophosaurus, Dryosaurus end of the Jurassic area in the park, checking in with those two habitats before continuing on and taking the path we looked up in the last episode but didn't travel. So here we are with the Brontosaurus silhouette sculpture sort of dominating the whole area, which seems appropriate. It's the largest animal in the park so far. And you see ahead on the left building we'll be going to shortly. And as I turn to the right, you will see a restroom area, and beyond it where we're going to stop first to try to catch a look of the Brontosaurus. This is a ground level viewing area, and we've got one right here. There we go. I think that's the male. So there's a male and two females in here, as well as two juveniles. They are the juveniles that you may have seen some episodes before in the baby video. Using the binoculars really makes the size of these animals more evident, even when you zoom in on them. This one's obviously thirsty. So the area is big enough for all of the animals. I wanted to get a sort of open forest kind of environment. Excuse that weirdness with the guests walking in front of us. It looks like I may need to make an adjustment on the binoculars position. Looks like I've got guests walking between them and the animals, which is not a good plan, obviously. Going back outside, we'll go down through one of the other entrances. We'll head over to the elevated viewing building. You can see it's marked for the Brontosaurus. We go up the stairs and around. We'll come back to that. Right ahead of us there, you can see the edge of the wheelchair lift that would get our handicapped guests up to the viewing level. The mid stages of walking up the stairs have open windows, both for ventilation and so it doesn't seem too enclosed. And now we're up on the viewing level. It doesn't make for a really great view of the rest of the park out there because of all the tree cover. That maybe didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. But it is what it is. It's primarily here to bring our guests up at head height to the sauropods, or a little bit above actually. And we've got binoculars up here for the guests as well. The distant view out past the fence in this habitat, the ground drops off there because I did want to get some distance between the fence and the rest of the area the park's built on, without having trees right there at the back of the habitat for these animals. Looks like everybody's lying down right now. So things are mostly quiet in the habitat right now. The food pan is, of course, for the juveniles, since they don't reach up to the tall feeders yet. But all that may change when the guests get around to doing enrichment. Excuse me, not the guests, the devs. Guests don't design the game, the devs do. When the devs bring in enrichment feeding for the animals, which I think is in the next update. So a lot of park infrastructure, once again, will be changing to have these kind of additional benefits for the animals. Oh, got one of the little guys rearing there. And they really looking kind of slim, not quite as bulky as they will be. They're little whippy tails. The tails don't stop being whippy when they grow up. So we have managed to get inside the habitat, so it give you a chance to look back at the viewing buildings as the animals see them. And from here, we're going to move up and get a look at the overall habitat from above and its position in the Jurassic expansion of the park. So you saw the two habitats from last week, and now here is the sauropod habitat. The cropping on the picture, of course, means you're not seeing the drop off of the terrain. And a little sloppy work on the outside there, not quite finishing it off neatly on the terrain painting. But it's pretty simple habitat. You can see there's a waterfall there. You notice some other fence out there. There's an expansion up here for more Dryosaurus habitat, mostly to put them in as sound ambiance for the upper part of the Jurassic expansion, and possibly for another Jurassic animal coming down the road in a few updates from now. You can see in the upper part of the frame a little bit of hint of next week's video. You can probably guess who it's likely to be based on the current roster of Jurassic animals, since it will be the last of the Jurassic expansions for this park. So here we have animals. We started out checking out the little guys. This is, I believe, the female, the smallest animal in the enclosure. And watching it weave the waggly tail of its adults was rather interesting. Managed to really not manage to get a intersection of the two elements. Practicing the upright stance there for extra feeding or checking out the environment. And on to the biggest animal in the habitat, the big male. Also, the colors are strongest on this guy. Those colors look really, really dramatic when it's by itself, but when you see it in the sunshine in this forested habitat, they're considerably less so, which is, I guess, part of the plan for them working as some kind of disruptive camouflage. After we finish the Jurassic portion of the park, we will be moving back to the Cretaceous with some other animals with a slightly different approach to grouping them as opposed to their time frame. But that's upcoming, not quite there yet. And I hope you'll stick around for those other videos. And if you like this video, you know where the like button is. Give it a hit. And if you're enjoying this series, subscribe if you already haven't. That would help. And I hope to be seeing you in another video next week. And apologies if I don't reply to any comments on this video right away. I've got a little bit of traveling going to happen when it drops. Anyway, you all take care, be kind to each other out there, and stay safe. Dino Bob, signing off.